Hey guys, welcome back to the Hess Project. I'm John Ordalaza, and today I'm going to be talking about episode 1 of the brand new Marvel Studios show, Loki. I'm going to say this before I get into the main review because I just finished wrapping up my review / rant of the last episode of Superman and Lois. Look, it wasn't a bad episode by any means. I just have a lot of pent-up frustration with the show overall, how I feel about where it's going, where it's been already, and yeah, I'm very skeptical about those last few episodes. It feels bloated with a 15-episode season impending. But with Loki, we have 6 episodes. We kind of know what we're getting ourselves into. We're getting ourselves into a 4 to 5 hour straight up story from Marvel Studios. Superman and Lois is a TV show. It is a TV show. It's meant to service you for 15 episodes, 1 a week, approximately 4 months. And that's to tell your core story, no matter how long it actually is. They're going to throw as much filler and bloated bullcrap in there so that they can meet those 15 episodes. Going into the review finally, Loki picks up in that flashback that we saw in Avengers Endgame when all the Avengers went back in time to the year 2012 when the whole invasion was going down with the Chitauri army and Loki leading them. Yep, he was arrested. He was about to be put into custody to go to Asgard until they came back to steal the Tesseract, and they failed. The Tesseract falls in front of Loki, takes it, teleports out of there, goes to Mongolia, it looks like, and then he's interrupted by the TVA. They take him into custody because he is a variant, and he's messing up the timeline. To bring it back to my Superman and Lois comparison for 1 second, this whole episode, this 45 minutes of an episode, felt like an entire arc that we experienced through WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like their entire series runs, it felt like we got all of that for Loki in this particular episode. We got all of it. In this episode, we're going through Loki's greatest hits, if you will, with M. Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, which I think he's really good in the show already. And I like the pairing between Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. They're really cool together. They play off each other very well. This is Loki from Avengers, when he's still pretty evil. Like, he didn't go through all these arcs that he did in the movies that we've seen. That Loki that we kind of grew and loved with, he's dead. He got killed by Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War. This is evil Loki, and you can see he's very bitter, very irritable in the Time Variance Authority. Like, he just wants to get out of there. He wants to go back to trying to conquer the Earth again. But as we're watching on the screen with all of the events that Loki has been a part of since Avengers and before, we get to see this Loki look at some of the stuff that he will do in the future, aka the Dark World and beyond. Remember, this is 2012 Loki. He has not lived through Thor the Dark World or anything beyond that. So we're watching him see these events from the further movies play out, and he sees the death of him and Thor's mother, which was caused by him, which I don't think about it like that. Like, it's crazy that he caused that. I never thought of that. We never gave it one thought. Well, at least maybe you guys did. I never did. He watches the death of Odin the All-Father from Thor Ragnarok, and then he sees his own death by the hands of Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War. And that's when the file ends, and he's got no more videos to show after that. That's when he realizes that that has to happen, I guess. That is so crazy to think about, that all of these things have to happen because they're happening, or whatever they say. All I can say about this episode is that it doesn't waste any of your time. It gets right to the point. It tells you that this is a different Loki with different circumstances, very, very different circumstances from anybody else in the Marvel Cinematic Universe across movies and the last few TV shows that we've gotten so far. This episode also showcases Loki's emotions in a very different way, like we've never seen before. We've never seen him this vulnerable and this afraid of the inevitable. And already I can see this show is not just to serve a low-key spin-off. It's not just to give him one for the sake of it. You can kind of say maybe that's what they were doing with WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I still really like those 2 shows, but this feels different. This already feels 10 times more intriguing than the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and just a little bit more intriguing than WandaVision, because I still really liked WandaVision more than some people did. We're just naturally going to get more out of these 6 episodes than we ever will with 15 episodes of any CW show ever, because that's how those shows work. They're longer, you gotta drag them out, and you gotta throw stuff in there that'll take you from story beat to story beat. Loki WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier don't waste time. Now granted, I would love a little bit longer seasons than just 6 episodes, maybe 8 or 10. That seems like the sweet spot, the happy medium between the Marvel shows and the CW shows. But I'll take what they can give me these days. I will desire more out of the Marvel shows, and I will want less out of the CW DC shows. That's my opinion. I don't want to start up this hype train or anything, but there was a mural in this episode that not only made an appearance and was just in the background, but they kind of like pointed at it in one of the scenes, and it was a devil that could potentially be Mephisto. And they mentioned Nightmare as a dimension and wanting to like clean it up or something. We'll be happy to clean it up for you or whatever. There was mentions of Nightmare and a nod to Mephisto, maybe. No, I might just be going crazy. I'm not gonna expect them. I'm just saying that's kind of funny that this is more concrete with those two characters than WandaVision ever got with them. But that's just me being speculative and silly. Let me know down below, have you gotten a chance to check out the first episode of Loki? If you are a fan of Loki and Tom Hiddleston's portrayal, or just Tom Hiddleston in general, if you're one of those people who just gush over Tom Hiddleston, then you're probably gonna love him in this show. It's really good. I'm really intrigued, and I can already see this show taking my intrigue level higher and higher with every single episode. And there's only 6. And look, that might make me sound like a Marvel fanboy, but I kind of am. I mean, they're just doing it better than DC is. And that's not just my opinion, that's a fact. Alright guys, I'm done here. I don't know which one is going to drop first, whether it's the Superman and Lois review or the Loki review. Stay tuned for both. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Be sure to stick around guys, because I'm currently covering Star Wars The Bad Batch. We're about halfway through, I think we're on like episode 7 next, or 8. It's getting pretty interesting. I'm liking it, so you might want to stick around guys, because there's a bunch of content coming to the channel, and there's always more to come.